Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Defense Up. I'm Run7. How you doing? Today we had a whole bunch of people in my ear helping me out. BeniWestSide, Jgiusti, Pathfinder Gaming, TacoShooter, even had DrunkenGleem in there for a little bit. So thank you for all those people helping me go over some of this information. And remember, if I make a mistake, it's their fault. So you go to their Discords and blame them. All right, we are going to be talking about we talked a little bit about whether or not you want a heavy offense or a heavy defense, and a lot of people are switching over to a heavier offense right now. It's primarily about efficiency in Crucible at the moment. I know I stripped out a lot of my defenses. We still got some big teams, but we are going to be talking about one team in particular that needs to be swapped out, and another team that's got some really funky stuff going on with it. So let's get into that. And of course, my tab keys aren't working because I clicked on other stuff. All right, team number one is the Hero Asgardians. This is a filler team. We talk about this a lot. I don't like the ISOs on it. The easy ISOs is Raiders for all. And then what I like to see is a very underdeveloped Heimdall. So in case they go in with some of those super efficient counters, they can trip up, accidentally kill Heimdall, trigger the passive on Valkyrie, and the team gets way harder to get through. And it becomes a little bit more of a trap. It's already kind of built. It's a team that you need for Scourges, and it's something we kind of have to build but don't really want to build. I hate telling people to invest in it because the value isn't here. It's great in war, but that's about it. So what I would like to see is a slight placement tweak. I don't want to have the three people over here clumped together. Those three, that's no good. You got to separate them as best you can. I don't really care how. And then I want Raiders on everybody. So for me, it's a filler team. It can be easily beat. If you want to use this team in Scourges and build them up, then min-max your priorities, build Thor super huge, leave Heimdall real small. You'll get a lot more value out of the team. But change those ISOs, get a placement change. I'm going to give this one a B-. Not too exciting for me. Team number two is the Gamma team. At first, I was thinking the placement was all awkward. Jgiusti is letting me know that there is some new placement ideas coming out, and so we're not going to dock for placement at this time because having Green Hulk away from Red Hulk on defense can actually be a detriment to your opponent and instead of to you. So, all right. Also, I prefer personally either going all healer or the traditional setup for ISOs, which would be like a striker and a skirmisher on Green Hulk and Brawn respectively. But Pathfinder says this is okay because those guys are probably the best two healers of the bunch. So is what it is. We're gonna give this one narrowly an A. I think, and TacoShooter agrees with me, that this is probably a better team for offense because you've got some big teams that you need to use it on, and this can efficiently defeat those teams and maybe give you the win. So that might be the better choice. So very narrow A on this one. Kind of want to give it an A- because we think it might be better on offense. Team number two is Deathseed. This team definitely needs to go to offense. This is a detriment on defense. Deathseed versus Deathseed, and you just special with Archangel instead of ultimate, and you can basically throw it on auto and efficiently beat this team. It's not good to be on defense. Infinity Watch, of course, beats this pretty well. There's a lot of stuff that can beat this team, and some of it very efficiently. And right now, it's all about efficiency. And so let's get this team off of here. We think it should be replaced with the Infinity Watch, which is one of the best teams to be using on defense right now. It's not going to stop anything, but it's going to take them a long time to get through, which is what you want. So get this off, get it on offense, and for the love of God, make them all strikers except for Beast as a skirmisher. I have no idea what's going on. Raider here, that's no good. Magneto's not a damage dealer. He's there to blind and give your team the time they need to start speeding things up. He has some ability block and stuff like that. So we want them to be strikers for the double taps. That'll get you some quicker kills, putting out a lot more damage that way than just the crit damage on their attacks. All right, moving on. So, this one, yeah, I'm going to give this one a D. I don't like it at all. I don't like the way it's built. I don't like the placement, and I definitely don't like it on defense. Here we have the Unlimited in 4. I took my Unlimited off of defense. I don't know if I should be putting them on defense or not. I think I have enough offensive stuff. I could probably spare them. However, this is your best defensive choice. If you feel you want to have a stronger defense, then you put them in 4. However, I want the placement swap with Rogue and Fire Chicken so that she is to the outside and they have to rewind Rogue and Gambit. And hopefully they'll also rewind Fire Starter, Storm, Fire Chicken. Just stop making fun of me for calling him Fire Chicken in the comments. All right. I can't remember his name. He's not important enough character for me to remember that. Excuse me. All right. So that one little thing, and I can give this team an A as is. It's an A-. Honestly, this placement is kind of a detriment here because they can go in with Gamma and rewind those 3 on the right side and really do some damage. Team number 5, instead of doing anything else, they did Web Warriors. And honestly, that's fine. I was thinking it's kind of like if you're going to use Tangled Web as a defensive team, you're going to use them in Room 5. So you either use Tangled Web in here or you use just about anything else. A lot of people are putting Bionic Avengers on defense right now, and so Web Warriors actually can sometimes net you some efficiency points. Not a lot, but a little. I would like a placement change. Let's get Miles in the middle, Gwen in the back row. ISOs on this are fine. Actually, I kind of like Miles as a striker. Tell you the truth, I kind of like Miles as a striker and OG Spider-Man as a raider, but whatever, if you're using them in raids, use whatever your raid ISOs are. Probably don't spend any more ions changing them. However, another choice might be the Underworld team. You could use the straight Underworld or the Underworld hybrid with Zemo Red Skull for more speed. There's a little bit of synergy for this room, but honestly, none of them are going under stealth, so why does it matter? Unless you're using like the OG one with, what's his face, who puts people under stealth. So that's some options, but this isn't too bad. I just think that the ISOs aren't great and the placement isn't great and the team's not great, but you don't have any great choices in here anyways. I'm gonna give this one a B, it's pretty blah. Team number 6 is Wakanda. So this is a team that we have some serious issues with, actually. Now, we tell everybody, every episode we tell everybody, whatever Wakandans you have built biggest are the Wakandans you should be using in 6. And whatever, if you want to invest in Wakandans for overall value, you invest in the newest characters. However, this team is kind of wonky. We have Teal Gear on Okoye, we don't know why. If anything, you're gonna put Teal Gear on the Black Panthers, or even Nakia for that matter, before Okoye. She's like the last one on the team that needs it. Shuri might have been built up prior to that, so we don't dock for that because she was a tech character back in the day when we used her in raids. We don't need Fortifier on Shuri, however. She's always the last one to die, so make her a healer. That helps a lot. Sometimes this team goes around the horn and she brings them all back to full health, and that's really useful. And then a major issue is the placement. We want the 2 Black Panthers to the outside, as far away from each other as possible. A lot of times Masters of Evil is going to be coming into this team, and you're going to have specials that do 3 people, like adjacent targets, and you don't want those 3 clumped together. Who cares about Shuri? It's those 2 Black Panthers that are going to be next to each other, getting lots of damage and getting deleted way too fast. So split them up for sure. Probably just move them respectively to the outside and switch places with Nakia and Okoye. Yeah. Other than that, the ISOs are okay other than Shuri's. The Teal Gear is an atrocity. I just don't understand why we wasted the Teal Gear on Okoye instead of OG Black Panther or even Black Panther 1 mil. So that's, I guess what's done is done. Let's get that placement swap in here. I'm gonna give this one a C+. I'm kind of offended that we went after Okoye. I mean, when you're going into this with Darkhold, Okoye is not even doing the assist mechanic anyway, so she's not a hot target. You can just leave her alone. Frustrating, but that's how it goes. Okay, this has been TCU's defense. If I didn't say so, they are 23 million Plat 2 is where they're operating at. Remember, your collection power and where you're working in Crucible matters. We talk about these as a group, and we discuss what they might have for offensive options and what they might be facing in their defenses that they go up against. And it's always different, and it's always an interesting discussion. And if you want to be a part of that discussion, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, come join us for the Marvel Strike Force streams. You can find those links in the description. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.